I'm about to shoot at a nigga, no live. I pull up and step back and I get my kid up, yeah. Put like I shoot at a nigga, shoot at a nigga.
From far like I'm trivia, yeah.
Shoot at a nigga, no ever. Ooh, shoot at a nigga, no backboard. I break a full court, press up at half court. That's no cap like an afro. Ooh, I swing this nigga like Rescue. I keep a kill me like a coach, like a Shesky. Hope you said trippin', I got it said shot. Get your whole set shot. Call in the set. Shoot at a nigga, no back shot. Check the game clock. Nigga, time is too precious. I shoot at a nigga, no rebound. Shoot your whole team down.
Rookies and veterans.
She give me face, I'm gonna text him.
She give me face to his zipper. Bow, over face. Shooters like Gold State.
Shoot at a nigga, no dribble, no handle. Shoot at a nigga, no dribble, no travel. Shoot at a nigga, no Eurostep. That my dribble, I ain't my period yet. Aim at his room and I used to this. Shoot at the chili, these got on the pom-pom. Shoot the coach up, shoot the sideline, coach side seats, get blood on the popcorn.
Right, brown.
Shoot at a nigga like a hard from the outside.
Nigga can't guard, can't block, man. He don't call, that's a hotline. Shoot at a nigga, no. Shoot at a nigga, no crossover.
Driveway looking like a toy store. I'm a baller and never turn the ball over. I'm a shoot at a nigga on moolah. Pull up with 2 and
Wow. Check me out. Shit player partner, Pittsburgh P, aka Sir Blue Diamond, aka Jason Print. Back with another episode of Scorers and Horrors. And a lot more. What do you expect? Yeah. Today is Monday, June 6th, 2 hours in. And it's been a while since I did a motherfucking show. Facts. It's been a while since I did a show, but I've been working like a bitch, yo. Been working like a bitch. And, yeah. Working my face off. But it's all good, though. Before we go any further, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell a friend. And after you like, comment, subscribe, and tell all your friends, tell their friends, tell their friends, tell them to grab these books too that I wrote, like yours truly. Never personal, always business, part 1. I love this. My first child. Then we have part 2. Never personal, always business, part 2. Young and Heartless. Mojo story. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Probably the best book I wrote so far. Maybe it's not. Oh, excuse me. Maybe it's not. Wasn't to y'all. That was to that damn Dodgers and Mets score. I got a fucking Mets hat on. But I should have took the Mets hat. I hit their ass earlier. Anyway, never personal, always business, part 3. Road to Riches, ISIS story. And if you look, see the detail and the way I think. If you look at the riches, RICHES, the ICE is different. It's in icicles, spells ice, ISIS story. I'm a genius, low key. I spent the majority of my life bullshitting. I could have spent my talents differently and been more advanced. Whatever it is, I am where I am, and I will be where I will be. That nigga Jalen Rose's hairline is unmatched. Anyway, never personal, always business, part 4. Business is business. All 4 of these wonderful books are available on Amazon, or you can get them directly from me if you want them autographed. Part 5, I will be starting writing that. I say sometime next week. I'll be done with it by the end of the summer. It'll be out by the end of this year. But yeah, this Scores and Horrors and a lot more though. And NBA Finals is in full effect. Full effect. And Golden State lost game 1. after being up the majority of the game, they had their typical third quarter flurry led by Steph Curry with the shot. And Boston just had a fourth quarter that was, I mean, it was what it was, and it took Golden State by surprise. And I don't even like ball hit women, but she could get it, and she was like literally Michael Jordan ball hit. Sexy as the bitch though. Jada Pinkett ball hit. Small joke, but yeah, Golden State lost game one, which was a game they should have won because it was a game that Jason Tatum, points wise, I think he only had 12 points. He had 13 assists though, but he ain't do shit. Al Horford and Jaylen Brown got off though, but Steph got off. Wiggins got off a little bit. I think he had like a dub that game. Clay probably had like 12, 13, maybe 14 points that game. It wasn't much. But yeah, yo, they gave that game up, and you know, everybody. That game was Thursday night, so I'm trying to see if I listened to Thursday night. So I went to work Thursday night. So I went to my morning job Friday. I don't know if I listened. I don't know. I might have been talking on the phone to a bitch or something while I was at work. I don't know if I watched or listened to any of my shows Friday afternoon. But I got a lot of alerts, like, and I'll read the headline. I might click on it, I might not if it catch my eye or whatever. I didn't click on a lot of shit after game one. But in my opinion, it was Golden State let that game slip away. They gave it away. They'll bounce back, and they'll win game two and make it a series 1-1, and we'll see how it goes from there. I don't want this series to go 7. I have money on Golden State to win the series. I don't want to sweat no game 7. I appreciate it if they get this shit over with in 5 or 6. Kelsey Plum, sexy, light-skinned motherfucker, you. Kelsey, good pass. Oh, they good ball movement. So we move to game 2 tonight, and let me just say this. Golden State basketball, the way they play is so unselfish. It's the most beautiful, goddamn, Asia, it's the most beautiful brand of basketball that I've ever seen. And I've seen Mike play, but it wasn't this. I've seen Kobe and Shaq do their thing. It wasn't this. Seen the Spurs do their thing. The big three with the Heat. Any other team LeBron played on. It wasn't this. Tall, sexy motherfucker. Well, that sounds Candace. It wasn't this though. Like this fucking Golden State basketball, the way they play is it's brilliant. And I remember back in 2013, I was in a joint. I watch sports anyway, but in the joint, you ain't got shit else to do but watch sports. And you know, I remember 2013, which would have been the year the Spurs lost to the Heat in the finals. But in the second round, motherfucking Golden State and the Spurs, man, that means the Spurs, that shit. And they played in the second round. Golden State lost the series 4-2, but that's when I started to take notice of Golden State. And at that time, Mark Jackson was still their coach, but something told me, I don't know what it was, but something told me, I remember Steph Curry from, I wasn't down with Klay Thompson in college. I'm not going to cap and say I knew who he was. No, I did. I remember Draymond Green from college. He played at Michigan State with Coach Izzo, H to the Izzo. And they had Mark Jackson as their coach. But it was something about them, like the way they fought, the way they, like, I said, yo, these boys gonna be a problem coming up. And I'm saying the same thing about Memphis now. I see that in Memphis right now. I see it in Memphis. But I seen it, but I ain't gonna cap. I say, yo, they probably get a ring. I didn't see them becoming the dynasty they are. I figured they probably get a ring and get out the motherfucking way. Bron, Bron was doing him. Bron probably dominate, whatever. I didn't see the big three breaking up after 4 years, whatever. But I said Golden State gonna get a ring though. 2014, which the Spurs ended up beating the Heat that year. Golden State was an afterthought. So much of an afterthought that Mark Jackson got fired. So going into the 14-15 season, they hired Steve Kerr. Very familiar with Steve Kerr. He was on that, on the second three-peat with the Bulls. He played with Mike. Played for the Spurs. Believe he might even had like an assistant coach job with the Spurs under Popovich. He was the general manager for the goddamn Suns. Broadcaster, like he did it all. Like then he got a coaching job, and so that year you coming off the Heat playing the Spurs. That's the year Bron went back to Cleveland. So how about this? That year Bron went back to Cleveland, and might will say he traded. And by the way, you see I got the Golden State hat and the Boston hat. We repping. It's the finals. It's repping time. Going with them guys though. Fuck them guys. I got the hat. I had to wear my lucky green 13s. Other than that, fuck them niggas. Damn, she badass soccer player. Oh, that's Dennis Rodman's daughter. Sheesh. Yes. Damn, she alright. A pretty motherfucker. Oh yeah, she alright. She alright. Yeah. Young bitches. I need to leave them young hoes alone. Anyway, fuck y'all talking. Oh yeah, so Bron ended up trading Andrew Wiggins to goddamn Minnesota for Kevin Love. And how about Andrew Wiggins is in the finals right now playing with Golden State? Beautiful. I hope they're going to win. They're going to get this ring, and I'm glad he's going to get this ring. Why, Bron, you're at home watching the nigga you traded away playing the finals, and Kevin Durant, you at home watching the team you left playing the finals, and Kyrie Irving, you at home watching the team you left playing the finals. Like, yeah. Fuck all three of y'all niggas. Anyway, so the 14-15 season, I can't tell you who the favorite was to win that year. The East was weak. Bron leaving Miami left them not powerhouse. He had Kyrie in Cleveland, so probably Cleveland was probably favored to come out the the East. Bron still fucking that nigga, like, but imagine 7 years ago, he was, really that nigga, like, but I can't tell you who the favorite was in the West, but Golden State ran through that shit, yo, and, albeit when they met up with Cleveland in the finals, Kyrie got hurt, Kevin Love got hurt, and it was basically them against Dellavedova, LeBron James, Ilgauskas, and probably Tristan Thompson was there, and a couple other motherfuckers. Golden State beat them. Okay, so then you say, now, that was the ring I said Golden State to get. I don't think that, I'm not, and it was kind of fluky, like, it was fluky as fuck. So I'm like, yeah, that's it for them. They got their little ring. They get out the way. The next year, these motherfuckers start like fucking 24-0. Facts. And I want to say, like, for the majority, like, for most of that start, like, they started, Steve Kerr wasn't even coaching. Fucking Luke Walton was coaching because Steve Kerr got some type of back surgery or some shit. And these motherfuckers went 24-0. They ended the season 73-9, which was better than the 72-10 Bulls from '96. But they ain't won the chip. They was up 3-1 against Cleveland. Game 5, Draymond did that none of that shit. Well, Bron did that none of that shit. Draymond got suspended. Draymond Green gets suspended. Steph was playing hurt. He had got hurt against, I want to say it was Houston, which would have been Chris Paul and James Harden. He got hurt. Come back, he's still hurt. MCL sprain. No excuses. He played. Harrison Barnes was trash in that series in the finals. And that's my guy. He comes from North Carolina. Love him to death. But he was trash in that series. And fucking Bron and Kyrie went crazy. It was one game where they had 41 points apiece. I remember that shit. Golden State ended up losing the series in Game 7. Steph was banged up. Draymond Green played his ass off. I think he had about 30 points that game. Hit about 5-6 threes that game. I remember that shit like it was yesterday. Kyrie hit the clutch 3 at the end. The game tied up. And that was all she wrote. Bron come back from a 3-1 deficit. So a month later, summertime, free agency, what happens? Kevin Durant goes to the goddamn Golden State Warriors. Oh, it's a wrap now. And so much so that they won the next 2 years. So now they're official dynasty. They won 3 chips in 4 years after appearing in 4 straight finals. They will go to a 5th straight finals, which they lost to Toronto because KD was hurt. And Klay Thompson got hurt. In the game he got hurt, he was going bonkers. And if he don't get hurt that game, they win. And yeah, they ended up winning that series. Facts. Nonetheless, they lose. Toronto wins. Golden State the next year, no Klay Thompson. Draymond Green's hurt. Steph is hurt. Like, they just played in 5 straight finals. These niggas is tired. These niggas is hurt. Whatever. Last season, which would be the year that the Bucks won. Still no Klay Thompson. Steph a little banged up. Draymond a little banged up. But I seen some shit and I was like, these niggas gonna be a problem, yo. Like in them 2 years they was fucked up. They made moves, little small moves that I seen that I don't know, but I wish every other person that watch sports seen too. And it's a show I did last year, like the end of the season show where I said, yo, Golden State gonna be a problem next year. But I went back and looked on my preview for this season, and I picked the Lakers and the Nets. Everybody did, so what the fuck? Yeah, I'm trying to fuck Dennis Rodman's daughter, no cap, like an afro. But yeah, it was some shit I seen. And then they went to the draft. They got Jonathan Kuminga. They got Emmanuel Moody. And what the fuck is on the bottom of her tooth? That shit scared me. So they made these moves, and it's like, okay, cool. I see some shit. James Wiseman, which he didn't even play this year, but in my thinking of going into this season, I was thinking about him and Steph and Klay coming back and Wiggins and fucking no thoughts about Jordan Poole. And he's been a problem all season. Facts. And they find themselves in the finals. Again, no surprise. And now they're there, and it's 1-1. And I swear, like, it's Boston. Y'all shouldn't have won game 1. Y'all lost game 2. It's 1-1. If Boston loses game 3, you can go ahead and get that motherfucking party situated in San Fran, that parade situated in San Fran in the Bay, because it'll be over game 5. Facts, back in the Bay. I think it will be. But yeah, just the way Golden State plays, like the actions they run, like the screens, like, I mean, Curry is like they're setting screens for Curry because Boston's defense is legit, but the offense is too much. Like they running actions, They got screens, and then you come, like the help defender come help double on Curry, then you leave a man open, then he's cutting to the basket, and it's like, what the fuck could you do? Like, and then fucking Robert Williams, who this nigga the truth, yo, like for Boston, he the truth, like far as like just far as paint presence, just blocking shots and just being a problem. Like he's a problem, yo, and he's hobbled, he's hurt, and I think if he was 100%, Golden State would be in trouble, especially with the way Clay playing. Cause Clay, he ain't been doing Clay shit through the first 2 games. However, with that being said, I'm going to say this: 2 out of these next 3 games is going to be Klay Thompson games, and that would lead to the other game being a Steph Curry game, a Steph Flurry game. And it's like, what could you do? It's a wrap, because Klay ain't even got hot yet, and this is how he been all playoffs. Like, so he's going to give you 1 or 2 games. They call him Game 6 Klay, but I'm thinking Game 3, we're going to get Klay Thompson. We're going to get Game 6 Klay in Game 3, and then Steph's going to go crazy in Game 4, and then we're going to get Game 6 Klay in Game 5 back at home and close out. That's the way I see it going. But I mean, what could you do? Like Golden State, like that. The way they opened up the second half with that third quarter flurry is just, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on for years. But the way they do that shit is unmatched. Yo, like you can't stop it. It happens every game. It happened in Game 1. It just blew the fucking lead in the fourth quarter. But it happened again tonight. Boston on the run, cut the lead to 6 with like about 4 minutes, 50 seconds left. And then fucking Golden State won another fucking run with less than 4 minutes left. And end up, they went, fucking Jordan Poole had a 40-foot 3 that took the lead. He hit a 40-foot 3 with at the buzzer to take the lead to 23 going into the fourth quarter. What could you do? And I think the final score was like 107 to 86 or some shit. I don't know. Golden State won by 22. But yes, a wrap. Tatum didn't do much first game. He had a good game today. Jaylen Brown started off hot. He ended up with like 17 or some shit. Don't get me wrong. Al Horford didn't do shit tonight after having a great game. Game 1. Draymond Green was talking bad to the nigga Grant Williams. He said, you a dumbass nigga. Then he called that nigga a fan. He said, nigga, you want to be me, nigga. Draymond the foul line shooting free throws. He said, nigga, you want to be me, nigga. Dumbass nigga. And Gary Payton Jr., he's standing there like, what the fuck? Like, and you can hear all this shit on the goddamn. I'm like, yes, I love that shit. I love that shit. Yeah. And Draymond really, he ain't scoring no points, but speaking of Rodman, he a Rodman type nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm still looking at Dennis Rodman's sexy ass daughter. Yeah. But he got some Rodman in him, you know? He do all the small shit. He scored a couple points tonight, though, but it's just his energy, his presence. He's a dog, you know? He's the protector. He's the rah-rah type. He's going on. Yeah, he with the shit, like, you know, he talks his shit. And his passing is great, his rebounding is great, his defense is great. I mean, he's the best defender on that team. Yeah, it's just too much. Golden State got too much. I mean, after fucking Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and Horford, what do you have on Boston? Nothing. As far as scoring points wise, now they got some defenders, but scoring points, you know, Golden State, you got Steph, and then fucking Klay not getting hot. Well, you got Wiggins, you got fucking Poole, you got fucking Gary Payton coming off the bench, you got Kuminga. They put Bielisa in the game tonight. He was a spark. He didn't play game 1. He came in the day and was a spark at the end of the first half, and he came in the third quarter and did some shit like so. That's like, and then the coaching styles. Udoko, that's a coach from Boston, married to Nia Long, was an assistant coach under Greg Popovich, so he come from a great coaching tree. He know what he's doing, but Yeah, I ain't got enough. I don't think I have enough. No, the series is still young. It's 1-1. You know, um, we'll see. But I took Gold State before the series started, and I'm standing firm on it. I got to. I got money on the line. I got to sweat my money in. So it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll see. But I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm gonna miss basketball this summer. But well, you know, the draft will come, and if I really want to see some basketball, I'll watch the summer league. But like, sometimes a good thing ends and another good thing happens, and with the end of basketball, it's the start of football. So I'm here for that. That's what I really want. I'm so looking forward to this football season. Like, even if my Steelers, which I believe we gonna make some noise, we gonna make the playoffs, but it's football. Like, it's fucking football, gambling, fantasy football. Like, I can't fucking wait. Can't wait. And 2 months away from the Hall of Fame game, which means we're 2 months away from preseason and a little less than 3 months away from the fantasy draft. And I can't wait. Football season come on. And over the summer, I'm going to enjoy the fuck out of baseball, make a little bets here and there, and yeah, just to bide my time until football season starts. But yeah, I haven't been doing shows like I said, but next game is game 3, which is on Wednesday. I won't be able to do a show that night because I got to work that night. However, I am off the next night, and I will probably do a show that night unless I'm go swimming in some shit, which I probably will. I'm not even gonna cap, but I'll try to do a show before I do my little thug dizzle on the sizzle, yum sizzle. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we gonna stay in the winner by 12. I didn't win by 19. Covered the spread though. Gold State in the under. But yeah, this was like an episode of Scores and Horrors. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. And keep tuning in. Shit about to get real. Holla.